Oh, it's recording. Um, right. Now that I've started the video, I don't know what to say. Now, I had this. I had a dream. I have quite a lot of dreams. Early morning, from about 5 till 7 sometimes. And this dream was right. Hang on. I'm jumping way ahead here. For the past 2 to 3 years, I have a lot of. I have started having a lot of weird dreams. Not weird dreams. Sorry. I'm just trying to get my train of thought here. I have dreams that mean a lot. I don't know if that's something that's unusual, or I don't know. They impact my life so much. I wake up and I remember. Sometimes I remember a lot of the dream, and I know that dream is an important dream. So, right, how do I continue talking about this without making it sound casual? Because so I'll just jump to the dream that I had, where I met Jesus, and it means so much to me. It's been the dream, or the Holy Spirit, if you will, inside of me has been pestering me to spread this, to share it, because nobody else has heard this yet. And it's got to be, these experiences have got to be shared. So just to recap, in 2016, this video being in 2019, in 2016 I lost Cassie, my wife, all of a sudden, to an unexpected illness. There was no gradual build up, it just happened one day, and I hurt now. I hurt as much as I did back then. With the help of my really strong belief, it's got me through to this day. I'm still talking to you all. I'm still here because of my belief. But basically, you can imagine it broke me in so many ways, in such a bad way. I'm not the same person. I was just, obviously I had a breakdown. Everything you can imagine happened. I attempted, and stopped. This is another story, to do the unthinkable. I did all that. Right, anyway, so since then, I was born again on October the 2016. October the 15th, 2016. I was born again on that day. I'll remember that day for the rest of my life. But this video isn't about that. This video is about the dream I have just had about 3 days ago. And for a long time, I've been wanting to have some sort of confirmation from Jesus that I'm doing the right thing, that he is here, he listens to me, and I get that a lot through my daily life in many a way that I can't go into in this video again, because it just take too long to talk about the things that have happened that are amazing. But in my dreams, I often get very symbolic messages, like, as we all do. I know that, but my dreams, since they started like this, the dreams that mean something and that I consider to be holy in some way, they have such striking events in there. Anyway, right, I'm just going to jump straight to the dream. When I dream about Cassie, she's still with us. She's still alive. I'm aware that she's going to pass in the dreams. I was never aware of it in real life. But in the dreams, it's a different type of scenario, a different story. Every time I dream, she's somewhere where I can't get to, but I can communicate with her, and I can physically be with her. I can touch her, I can see her, but there's something, obviously, because she's not here in person no more. In the dream, that's expressed as the way. I don't ask me the mechanics behind all this, but it's expressed that we're not able to be together. And this is really cool. This bit in the dreams, my insecurities always come through, and the occasions it's happened where my insecurities have come through, I instantly jump to, oh, she's seen somebody else. Because in the dream, I'm thinking this is real life, blah, 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 and that lot. And I'm desperately heartbroken in the dreams. The heartbrokenness is obviously related to me losing her in real life. But like I say, in the dream, I'm not aware that she's gone. I'm aware that she is going. But at the same time, I think we've broken up. Now, I've got no proof of this in the dreams. She's never broke up with me in the dreams. She's never seen anybody else. It's always my insecurities. The inner voice, like you do when you see somebody, your ex-girlfriend or something, and you think something that's not right, not real. That sort of insecurity is still in my dreams as well. It's very, very, very intense. So, for a while I actually thought the dreams were pointing out that she'd moved on, blah, blah, blah. But no. When I think about it, it's me that places these thoughts in there. Actually, it's Cassie is there, and the reason we can't be together, because I do ask her, I'll say, can I come with you? Can I stay with you? Can I come home with you? Can I go to where you live? And she'll basically say in the nicest way all the time, no, you can't, no. Which is quite staggering when you think about it, because it's obviously I can't go with her. But in a dream, I'm unaware that she's passed. I'm just aware that we can't be together. So my insecurities come out. You know, my horrible insecurities of being an insecure man. Like we all, most of us are, oh, she's seen somebody else. That sort of thing happens in a dream. I have an imagination in my dream. I remember thinking things that aren't the imagery of the dream. Yeah. Wow, eh? So anyway, to cut to the dream. So this particular dream, like many others I've had, like this as well, me and Cassie are in a house together. I'm insecure thinking, are we really in this house together, blah, 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 going through all the manly things. But in this dream, it seems that she is actually in this house with me. We're living together. She's being her fun-loving self, jumping about, joking, teasing me. Not sarcasm. She was never sarcastic. Teasing me. Funny things that I miss so much. And it was pretty obvious that we were moving into this place. As the dream progressed and Cassie was in these rooms with me, these different places in this house, I was having a look round, and like happens in my dreams now, I don't know if anybody can relate to this, I was looking round in this house, and my houses or places that I dream of have lots of rooms and unusual, fantastic doorways to places that you won't fit inside of a house, and I love that about my dreams. So I'm going around the house saying to Cassie, look at this space here. It leads through to this garden, and this room leads through to this corridor. Wonder where that goes. And, the dream's never long enough to explore the whole house. And I happened across this triangular-shaped recess in the wall. And vaguely, I can remember there was a door in there that was only big enough to really stick my big head in. It was a door I think a person could get through. It was about the size of, how can I put it? Well, it was big enough for a person to get through vertically as long as you weren't fat, like me. I don't think I could have got through the hole. So I opened this one door that was heavily gloss paint. Like over in the UK, a lot of people just carry on painting gloss paint over top of things. And this was like that. It wasn't any nice door in any sense of the word. So I opened the door, and it was stuck a bit with the paint being overdone, and I pulled it to the side, and I looked through, and I goes, oh look, there's more rooms through there. Oh, and it was fantastic looking at these other rooms and places with my head stuck through the thing. But then I realised, to my shock, that sitting in one of the other rooms was a person watching the TV. And I went, oh, sorry. And it come to me that there was a person already living in this other section. Which when I woke up and thought about the dream, I thought, that's unusual. That doesn't usually happen. But in the dream, I closed the door to give this person privacy and moved away from that door. That was the last I saw of that door in the dream. In the meantime, I was aware at some point before that I had seen in the garden, kneeling down, was a workman. A workman? A builder. Somebody building the house, making alterations, adding to it. I didn't know who he was. I wasn't aware of why he was there. And I guessed in the dream, I remember thinking, he must be a next door neighbour doing things, because he seemed to be in the garden slightly to the right. But it was very, very possible he was in our garden. In fact, I don't even think there was a neighbour's house. I was, like I say, guessing again. I didn't know facts or anything. I was just going about this dream. This dream was totally independent of me. I was like we are in real life. I wasn't aware of what was around the corner. So I noticed this workman there, and I noticed he had, this was before the door incident, I noticed this workman with long hair working there with a beard, but with overalls on, working. And I don't know what he was doing, but I remember he was on one knee, doing something with the wall. And maybe I guessed he was working, but I'm pretty sure he had overalls on, working overalls. And when I come from that door at some point, I can't remember if it was how long after the door, because the dream was sort of getting a bit fuzzy. When that happened, I noticed Cassie was talking to this guy who was there, and insecurities, I'm going, oh, he's got long hair. And, I've always been insecure, the fact that, because I haven't got hair, I used to think Cassie would run away with, Cassie loved blokes with long hair, but she adored me. And me being insecure, I never fully 100% accepted that fact, She adored me, she adores me, I feel like she still adores me. In the dreams, she makes that so obvious, and it's so nice. It's so nice. Anyway, she was talking to this guy, I don't know what she was saying, I was aware that what I was aware of was that she was getting answers from this guy. It could have been anything. It could have been, what time is it? That sort of feeling. I was aware that she talked to him and it was doing something for her. So my insecurities were thinking, oh, she's going to run away with this bloke, That's what I always do in my dreams. My insecurities. Sorry for saying that word over and over again. But it's so important to this dream. So Cassie came back in again, and I was being a little bit came back into the living room, and I was being a bit spoiled, and I held back a bit, and I was like not being myself entirely. I was like, what was all that about? I never said anything like that. That was what was going off my head. And Cassie was just being herself. She was so happy, and she tickled me like this, tickled me in my waist, and I'm like that, acting like a big baby in a dream. And it was so cool. So instantly I was over that, the insecurity. I thought, there's no way she was having an affair or anything with this other guy. I was wrong. My guess was wrong. Anyway, the feeling of her being there and everything, this dream has really, really got to me. So I went out into the garden. And I don't think I went out to talk to this man. I went out where he was, though. And I remember walking over to him and speaking to him, giving him my usual chit-chat, which is more of like a probe chit-chat, not, who are you? No, I just, hello, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Sort of guessing who this person is. And I was standing up. Now I'm 6 foot. In the dream, right, I'm 6 foot as well. I'm sure I am. And I know I didn't sit down. I'm sure I didn't sit down. So this man turns around to me, and I knew he was smiling. Don't ask me how I know that. He was a smile. He had that smiliness about him. But I can't tell you what the smile was like. But I do remember he was very thin, but not ill thin. Just perfectly thin. Slender. But he turned round and he stood up. And at that point in the dream, my guessing again, I thought I fell down. Because all of a sudden I was at a baby's point of view. Looking at this giant. I went, wow! I went, you are tall. And he never said anything. He just stood there. Not intimidating me. He just stood there. And I remember these bluish type overalls. Or something. And it was almost like he was saying, you've caught me. I'm not a worker. And I got this impression that such a special heart coming from this person. I looked up and I couldn't see his features, but I could see the hair, sort of. And it was like, right, I'll give you an impression. I never fell over then, though. I was still standing. This man, I've never seen this in a dream before. This man stood up, and he was, if I was standing, now he was more than, I'll give you an at least, so he was more than double my height. So at least he was double my height, so you're talking 12 foot. Not intimidating in any way at all, but I was curiously, wow, why is he so big? That thought, but I didn't get any fear. And the first thing I remember him saying, I don't know if it was the first thing or the last thing he said, but I do remember him saying, I really, I apologise if I'm making a fuss of things and noises. Do let me know. No. Apologise if I'm making noises and things while I'm doing what I'm doing. More or less, just so nice. And I said, no, it's okay. It's okay. This 12-foot man who blew me away. The force of this, the power. And I got the impression then that he was building our house. He was making our house. That he wasn't just an accidental visitor in the dream or an illusion or an hallucination or part of the dream that will never make any sense. He was Jesus. I'm so sure and I'm so aware that Jesus visited me. Now up to the day of that dream, I've been asking a lot, I do need to see you, Jesus, because I have never seen him in the living flesh like a lot of Christians or born-again Christians have. And I'm pretty sure I've not heard much of his voice, but I have heard a voice, which was nice, but that's another story. But when I pray or get a visit from the Holy Spirit, it's generally strong emotional suggestions. When you know you're hungry, it's not because somebody's telling you, you know you're hungry. And it's that type of visit I get. Now in the dream, Jesus came to visit me to let me know he was building a house for me and Cassie. Now, that sounds strange to a lot of people, I suppose, who don't understand what that's got to do with Jesus building a house. Why is Jesus building me a house? Why was Jesus there? Why was he keeping quiet and doing his best to let us just be us and be pleasant? Because in the Bible, now I'm gonna have to get this up, Anna. In the Bible, it says something that comes straight to mind when I realize when I come to the point where I realised. Right, here we go. Hang on, Bible. Let me get this. Bear with me. Bible. I will prepare I'm going to try. I'm not prepared, am I? But these are some of the verses in the Bible. None of these led me to this dream, because these verses were just any verse in the Bible to me up to the point of this dream, because this dream is highlighted for me to remember. I remember hearing somebody say this somewhere on the TV, or it's the New International Version of the Bible. Here we go. My Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? See? There is more than enough room in my Father's house. If this were not so, would I have told you that I am going to prepare a place for you? In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that yes. Right, so, yeah. What's this? Do not let your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe in me as well. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and welcome you into my presence, so that you also may be where I am. Little children, I am with you only a little while longer. You will look for me, which I have been doing. And as I said to the Jews, so now as I say to you, where I am going, you cannot come. And that's basically what Cassie's been telling me. I can't go with her yet. I'm still on this earth. But it's so warming to the soul knowing these things. But yeah, that verse, my Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? Prepare a place for me. Who prepares a place for a person? A builder, a landlord in his dungarees getting things ready. Oh, wow. If you'd have asked me what a dream would be like of that verse, I wouldn't have conjured that up in a million years. And that verse has only been highlighted because of the dream. It's exactly what's happening here. Jesus is real. I mean, I know that through my own personal... if you want to respect my opinion or you don't, that's fine. But my opinion is my opinion. Obviously, your opinion is your opinion. We've all got our own little belief system. So my belief system is that I totally, truly believe that we were created, that we have a God, and that Jesus was sent to earth because things were getting out of hand sin-wise. Jesus was sent to earth as a sacrifice so that we would never ever have to suffer again. And yes, we do suffer on this earth because our choices before that were to be here. And as a result, we still have to suffer on this earth. But God, Jesus, has taken away the suffering, so that all we have to do is ask for the peace. I'm not very good with this, but anybody who knows the Bible knows exactly what I'm doing. You're one step ahead of me. I'm aware of what I'm trying to say in my head, but getting it out into words. Basically, I've met that person who loves us. If you're sitting in a room on your own, or if you're in pain, or if you're ill, if your life's coming to an end, if you're sad, if you're lonely, if you're having a breakdown, if you're depressed, all them things, right? There's always this one person, there's always Jesus, who is willing to give us that cuddle, to embrace us, make us feel loved, make us feel like we're children in his presence. Because as a child, you look up to your parents, and you want a loving cuddle when you're feeling sad, or you're feeling hurt, pained, or whatever. And that's exactly how I felt when this guy stood up, as I now know was Jesus. He was huge. Oh, and I did say to him, this is quite funny, when he stood up and he was about 12 foot tall, possibly even taller. because I'm sure I was still standing. I said, "Oh wow, you're tall." And then I said, "My son's 6'8", which he is. And what did he do? Jesus, what did he do? I think he smiled. I think he smiled in. I would have fully expected in a dream somebody to ridicule that, or to say I'm taller than your son or something. And he never. He was just a pure soul, pure loving, giving love in the body of Jesus. It was beautiful, beautiful, and it's gonna rock my boat for the rest of my life, this dream, and I'm glad I've shared it with you all. So I don't know if I've fully expressed it, but I'm going on for 26 minutes now. But I'll upload this video, and comment as you please. I mean, I can always delete the bad comments if if you're not impressed with what I've done the video of. I understand that. But let's try and be a bit clean and respectful to other people. I'm alright. I can just delete the comment, but I'm trying to do the right thing here. I'm trying to do what I think is right. Okay, and from my point of view, I think I'm doing the right thing by sharing this. And obviously, there's going to be people that think the exact opposite to that. And I respect you and them. But we all have that choice to share, and I'm sharing now, and that's all I can say. And I'm babbling on, but thank you very much for listening. Thank you. Bye. And I'll follow this up with more and more of this type of video, because I've got so much to share about the beautiful life that this is. A lot of people don't understand how beautiful this world is, this life is, and all we've got to do is a few simple things to understand that. Simple things. No matter how atheist you are or unbeliever you are, simple little things that you can do to totally change your life from if you are in pain or unhappy. You can I don't see the point in anybody not wanting to do it because they're stubborn. Just open up. Just open up. Just sit down, find that place, and open up. Talk to the air and say, I'm opening up. If you're there, I want to know it. I want you to come into my life, because I do need more than what's happening now. Like I say, I'm not very good with words, am I? So it does jumble a lot. But anyway, thank you very much. I love you all. And take care. Bye.